What's going on, everyone? All my videos here recently have been different as far as the presentation of how I done them, you know, what I talked about and how much in detail the things I talked about was. With this video going to be no different. I am not going to mention my shirts, the first link in the description. I'm tired of pushing that type stuff. I just want to talk about everything related to Street Outlaws that happened and keep them as short as possible. I feel like the audience would like that a lot more. Now, I am going to make separate videos that discuss the stuff that a lot of people don't want to hear, and if you want to hear it, read the title and watch for that reason. But we're going to talk about the kickoff episode, the 2-hour season premiere of Street Outlaws Memphis, JJ the Boss, and tell you everything that I noticed that happened in that episode. And anything you want to talk about, put it in the comments and we'll talk about it. That's what this channel is made for, is to discuss the show, the cars, anything automotive related that you want to discuss. So with that being said, let's kick it off right here. Now, I haven't done a video like this where I'm going down the road in a while, so you'll have to bear with me, and I'm gonna do the best I can do. I am paying attention to the road, seatbelts on, we're good. The first thing that I want to mention is this filming was a while back. This had to be filmed about the time that season 1 went off the air, because right after that, all over social media was when Doughboy wrecked his car. So that tells you how old this is. And you know, it come on and it showed Doughboy wrecking the car, completely destroyed that car. He already has another car. You know, JJ has a Chevelle he's racing now. There's so many different cars. The cycle of cars on that show, I mean, they go through them quick. So you can judge what cars they have now to what they're racing on the show to tell you how long ago these have been filmed. Big Block Killer, Jeffrey James that had the Corvette, he's driving a split bumper Camaro. Just, there's a lot of stuff that has changed from the previous season. But if you want to know my opinion, I feel like that filming pretty well didn't stop from season 1 to season 2, because like I said, Doughboy wrecked that car right after season 1, and the first episode he wrecked that car. So that's when I think all this was filmed. And one of the main things that I want to talk about is the betting, the side hustle, the chases the race, and all that. You know, it's gonna take these guys a lot longer to film a season because they're not racing each other. Think about OKC if they took all of the list racing out. You might have 2 episodes. And that is where, like I have said from the jump, the downfall of Memphis is going to be, is they're not list racing. I feel like they could list race and still be the family that they talk about. You know, every family has competition. Why should they be any different? You know, all of their cars is so far, you know, like OKC, they want all their cars to be within a car length at the end of the 8th, and Memphis's cars are all across the spectrum. You know, they are from, you know, the, you know, small tire, you know, not very fast, to, you know, insane fast cars. So there's no way that they could really list race, because it would end up being something like what NOLA had with 2 lists, a small tire and a big tire, and it's just too scattered to be able to do the same type thing as OKC. And there has to be something that they can do to fill the gap of what list racing should be on the show. But with the chases of race and all that, and especially the stuff that happened like when Trisha got burnt down by the big muscle headed guy, I don't remember his name, but you know, there is a rule of how long someone should set, even if they get to hit. And you know, I heard JJ say 5 seconds, but a lot of that was Trisha. I feel like it wasn't 5 seconds. You know, 5 seconds is not like JJ said on the show, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not 5 seconds. that's about 3. But, you know, 5 seconds is the max you want to sit there and hold a car, you know, wound up on the trans brake. And, you know, these are nitrous cars. These are not boosted cars. So that's going to help that case some. But you can't leave anything on the 2-step for more than 5 seconds. And you don't even need to leave it on there for 5 seconds. But he was borderline in burning her down. I don't think he burned her down. I think he played the game as well as anyone could. JJ and the whole bunch at Memphis Street Outlaws will tell you that they play the game. They, you know, like to hustle and all that, but when the hustle is turned on them, it seems to me like they don't like it, and I don't agree with that. You know, you can't expect to go out there and win them all. Anybody, they all ought to be heads up racing, and they're not. They're trying to steal the hits. They're doing this and doing that, and anytime that you know, the script is flipped on them, they get mad. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it at all, and I hope that the rest of the season we see something different. I like JJ. I've made several videos on JJ. I respect JJ. I respect the hustle. But if you're going to hustle, you got to be okay with getting hustled back. Now, I don't agree with sitting there and burning somebody's stuff down. You know, that's a lot of money you got tied up into a drivetrain for somebody to sit there and burn you down and tear it up intentionally. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, if you're going to dish it out, you got to be able to take it. So that is racing. That is what they're trying to do. The chase is a race. All of this stuff, that is what it is. When you do an arm drop and you throw the stipulations in there that they throw in there, that is what you have to expect to happen. Now, I will tell you this about all the shows. You know, all the shows, they kind of, the same thing happens. You know, they'll take and, you know, they'll discuss the rules. They'll, you know, discuss the bets. They'll do anything. And anytime you ever hear them emphasize on one thing more than they do the rest of them, you know that that's going to come into play during that episode. There's going to be an argument or something that involves whatever they're talking about in the episode. Now, when it come down to Trisha getting burned down, it showed JJ talk more about what happened, you know, what was going on, why he was getting upset. Now, me saying that, I'm saying this. If you notice in the episode, it went into more detail about JJ saying, you know, all right, I'm gonna give you the go, and then you got 5 seconds to go. And then you see him drop his arms, and the guy sat there, and you see JJ's eyes move back and forth. And then he goes, then he's talking about getting burned down. They was not sitting there long enough to get burned down. You know, if I would have been the guy that said, okay, I get to hit, when I went up there, soon as they bumped in, I would have checked out right then before anything happened, before JJ raised his arms up or anything, because she would not have been ready. Now, when he's sitting there on the button, he was trying to get her to jump. That's what he was trying to do, and it didn't work. So if he would have took off right then, soon as they bumped in, she wouldn't have been ready then neither. So that is the biggest thing that I want to say about what happened Monday night on Memphis Street Outlaws. Now, the rest of the stuff, there was a lot of money won. There was a lot of, you know, side bets, side hustling. JJ was trying to get a $20, $40, $50, $100 bet from everybody there. And, you know, the biggest thing that I can say about the show is they're going to have to find a way to fill the gap of what list racing would normally be, and they're going to have to emphasize the rules a lot better and explain them a lot better for everyone to understand, and for everyone to, you know, every race night should have the same set of rules. You know, the chases race, 5 seconds and all that. And if they do say it off camera, that's fine. And if they don't say it, they need to, because the whining, crying, bitching, and complaining has got to stop. I would like to see more, you know, I would like to see the same cars race, and I would like to know who's the fastest, you know, because I feel like a lot of these guys are not really street guys. You know, like Don Gingrich, I don't feel like he's street. The Dennis Bailey, he gets on my, his voice gets on my nerves, but you know, he's so cocky and all that, and we've watched him get outrun so many times, and he's like, oh, 11-0, 15-0, whatever it was he said. I've watched Murder Nova walk out of his life so many times, and you know, don't be cocky when the whole world has seen you get outrun more than you've won. There's, you know, there's so much that we could talk about that I want to go live and talk about, and after Monday night's episode, I don't know if I'm going to do it Monday or Tuesday, we're going to go live. We're going to talk about everything going on in the Memphis world, and I hope you enjoyed this video. It's different. It is, I'm not, you know, sitting in the shop. I'm going down the road. I don't have time. We are going to state as a football team, so that is taking a lot of my time, but I'm going to end this one right here. My email address and my P.O. box is on the screen, and anything you want me to know, say, do, or have, send it to the email. And remember that I always have giveaways going, so if you want to send something to the P.O. box, send it, and you never know when a giveaway might pop up. I've decided, I have had so many people that are crybabies, whining, complaining about me doing this, me giving this away, you know, me advertising this and me advertising that. You know, nobody cares. You know, all you're doing is bringing my channel up when you think you're being smart, cool, whatever, by saying something about me advertising my shirts. Hey, I'm trying to give money away and people's griping. I don't get it. You know, I don't care. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And, you know, the funny thing is, so many people get on here just to watch, because so many times it's the same people griping. So you have to be watching every one of my videos to have something to gripe about. All you're doing is he's bringing me up. You know, appreciate it. I mean, I guess is what I need to be saying. I don't know. But thanks for watching, guys. The true blue subscribers, thank you very much. If you haven't watched my videos, go back and watch them. I am going to give money away to the ones that order shirts. If you want one, first link in the description. Thank you very much for watching. Godspeed. I will see you in the next video.